Hello everyone, this is Taryn with Wonderfully Made Handcrafting, and welcome to day 3 of By the Wall for Gods Equipped by Jesus. Now, if you've missed day 1 and 2, I am working through my pocket Bible this month, and so I'm working on these little pocket cards. I have had a request to make a couple of these cards a little bit more simple, so if you're wanting that, then definitely follow along today. So today I am cutting out some die cuts with my Big Shot machine. I'm using Garden Greens by Tim Holtz and Sizzix. However, if you don't have this specific die set, you can definitely use any kind of greenery or floral. Any one of those would work great. I am cutting out 2 different kinds of paper. One paper is from the paper pack that was an add-on with the kit. And this second piece right here is a piece of paper that I had fed through my mink machine. So it is foiled. However, if you don't have a mink machine or don't want to foil something, you can always pick up some foiled paper at your local craft store. I grabbed this floral and also the belt ephemera from the kit, and I will join them together once I distress the edges a little bit. I want the floral to kind of sit inside the belt. You'll see in a second. I just thought it was nice because the belt seemed a little, separate from everything else. And so by joining a floral to it, it just makes it more solid, I feel like. I also wanted to use one of these flashcards, but it is a little bit big for this pocket card, and so what I'm going to do is kind of put it on the card diagonally. I will have to cut some of it off, obviously, but that's okay, no worries for me. I'm kind of going back to my normal, and I will be dog-earing this, so I'm folding that one corner down, and I did cut a little piece from that paper pack off, this navy right here, and I will add that to the little corner to add just a pop of color. It kind of matches that floral and brings that darker blue tone more into this card. Now, since I've rubbed the edges of this with my scissors, I want to make sure to do that on the corner as well. And then I will also add some distressing with some brown distress oxide. Now, this step is completely optional. It is a little bit extra, but I am adding an eyelet to this corner. You could just use your tiny attacher as well. I really like my tiny attacher, but I've really fallen in love with this Crop-A-Dile. One of my lovely friends had sent it to me in December, and so it's kind of been on my thing that I've used a lot because I've just loved it so much. Now, as you probably saw, when I placed that flashcard, all I did was add glue to the center of it because I will be tucking those greenery pieces behind it. But when I kind of got my placement on this floral piece, I noticed that I put the flashcard too far down. I had it centered, and I really want it in the upper top half because that floral piece will kind of draw your eye down. And so that is why I removed it and shifted it a little bit more up. Now, before I start laying all these greenery pieces down, I do want to add a little definition to the outer corners of this card. And so that is why I take some Distress Oxide and it just add a little bit of shading around the outer edge. With these greenery pieces, I cut out quite a bit of footage because a lot of it is just placing and figuring out what looks good to your own eye. So it can take quite a while. Eventually, I just started gluing stuff down. I knew I wasn't going to get this quote-unquote perfect look. So I just knew that I needed to start gluing it down, and then I could fix it and fill in as necessary. Now, as I'm filling in those greenery pieces, I did want to make note about what day 3's study was all about, and it is about Jesus being the truth. And Tom quotes John 14:6, which says, Jesus said to him, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. He also writes, Jesus isn't just truthful, he is a definition of truth. He both equips us with the armor of truth, and he is the armor of truth. So now that I have all my main greenery pieces down, I am going to start filling in with little pieces here and there, but I know I have no more greenery pieces that are going to be tucked under the flashcard, so I'm going to make sure that it's nice and glued down on all sides. I want to put this floral down before I move on any further. And originally I was just going to glue it down because this is a pocket Bible and very tiny. So I don't have a lot of chunk space, but I just had to add some foam tape to the back of this. It just wasn't doing it justice without it. I want to make sure that that belt is like a prominent piece on this card. And so I figured foam tape would help that. I'm hoping that they all fit in my pocket Bible, but we'll see in the end. Since this extra paper had some gold foiling on it, I want to make sure that this card is nice and balanced with that paper. And so I'm adding some greenery to the upper left-hand corner and also to the bottom left-hand corner. That way, even if it's just a couple leaves, it really helps balance it out, especially since my two other foiled pieces of paper were on the right-hand side. Now, I probably should have remembered to do this prior to doing anything on the front hand side, but that's okay. It still works out fine. I am adding day 3 to the back side of this card. I just used the Words in Action Alpha set. That was the 6x8 that was released alongside this kit. And now I'm using my mini tile alphas to spell out day since I had some extra room. After that, this will be it. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Wonderfully Made Handcrafting. I will link day 2's process video next, which is where I alcohol ink some metal, so definitely check that out. I hope you have a great day, guys. Bye.